Hello, I'm making this video as a tutorial for our new kind of updated yearbook software. So I'm already at kind of our home screen here, which is eDesign or myhdayyearbook.com, and I'll post all links, passwords, and usernames to Google Classroom. I'm going to go ahead and sign in because I am already have everything saved. So we're going to go to 2021 yearbook, which is the yearbook we're currently working on. And this is just the home screen that pulls up. You can use this as a way to just kind of flip through what of our yearbook we've done so far. Over here you can see how many book sales we have, and down here you can see student coverage. Our goal is to get all 202 students onto at least moderate coverage. You can see we have 73 students to still get to that moderate coverage, which is at least twice in the yearbook. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go to Design and launch Citrix, and this is what you're going to do as well. So it's going to pull up Citrix workspace, and it's going to ask me to log in. So my login is my normal password and username, or excuse me, my normal username for my eDesign, and then I'm going to type at users.hjdesign.com. Oops. And then everyone's password is the same thing. It's a laptop with a capital L 17358. And then sign in. Go ahead and save my password and stay signed in. Alright, so it's going to pull me up to this screen here. And you're going to go to Apps, and then you're going to click on Herf Jones eDesign. Now they've also updated the image uploader, but mostly myself and my two editor-in-chiefs deal with that. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Herf Jones eDesign. And then everything from eDesign is saved in the cloud, so it's just adding extra steps here to get logged in. But I'm going to go ahead and type in my username and my normal password, and then sign in. And then I want to go to 2021 yearbook, which is the yearbook we're currently working on. So this is the software that we use to edit our yearbook. So in order to go in and see what spreads you have been assigned and to edit your spreads, you go to Book, and then you can scroll down here. You can go View, Show Only My Pages, because that is how I do assign pages. Now this might not be updated right away at the start of the semester, but it will get there. And you can scroll down and see all the spreads that we've done. Now if you get to a spread that you're working on, let me scroll back up. So if you get to a spread that you're working on, go somewhere right here in the middle. So you just go to Edit. And then this is what pulls up. So there's a lot of different things that you can do here. I don't want to edit anything on the spread specifically, so I'm going to go back to Return to Book View. And I'm just going to do a practice. Actually, I'm going to scroll down here a little bit further and just go to a blank spread that I know I can edit really easy. So let me get there, and then I'll go over just how we do everything. So I'm going to go ahead and edit this blank spread. So this is where we do all of our editing. So to save it, you want to press, obviously I haven't done anything on it yet, so I can't save anything, but you always want to save and close the window. If you're done editing something, you want to make sure that you're saving things, saving it throughout your editing so that nothing gets deleted, so you get friendly with file save. I prefer to not see the column view on here, so I'm going to go to View and then Hide Column Guides. Now these little squares in here are called picas, and you want to maintain a typical pretty universal gutter on all spreads. So what a gutter is basically, so I'm going to go over here, add a photo box. I'm just going to add it in here. Alright, so you can see this one is perfectly square with the picas. I'm going to add another box over here. And you can see here there's two picas in between the boxes, and that is a gutter. Then I'm going to go down here again, add another box. So these three boxes all have really great gutter space, and this is just how you edit a spread. So this is the photo box. You can go down here, add borders to it. You can make it have a 3D effect. So you can go to Effects, Drop Shadow, and I can give it a little drop shadow with any color I desire, and it'll make it look a little bit 3D. If I want to add a picture to the box, I'm just going to go over here and drag one in. Pictures are sorted into different topics, so you would find the topic of the spread that you're working on and go from there. So to tag a picture, which every picture needs to be tagged so that we know what our coverage is like, I'm going to go to Object, Tag Image, and then I'm going to find their names. I know that Damien Moran is in this photo, and then I've tagged him. And you can see down here or on our picture toolbar that you can see what pictures are in use and what pictures are tagged. You do not want to use the same picture that someone else is using, so try to avoid photos that say in use. All right. Now to add a text box, I'm going to go over here and just add in a very simple text box. You can see what types in there automatically is Latin. I'm going to go ahead and change that. And I can highlight it, go down here, and I've already got styles preset for you. So this is a style you would use for body text. You don't want to change the font on these preset styles, but you are totally allowed to change the size and the color. So that is what body text should look like. This is what a caption would look like. You've got two options for headlines, headline 1 and headline 2. And then you also have a photo caption. So obviously you can change the size, but do not change the font type itself. And then you can also give this some effects. You can, again, have it have a drop shadow. It's going to look a little crazy because it's kind of small, but that is how you do that. If I want to move around my spread without zooming out, I grab this little hand and I just click and drag around. This is how you zoom in. So I want to zoom in on this art really quick. Oh no, I zoomed in too far. I can go back here and zoom out, or I can just go fit to window and then zoom in again so it's a little bit further away. Typically those are going to be the most important things that you use. Now you will want to add a background, and there are preset templates over here. Kind of play around with it, get used to what eDesign is. There are templates that you can use over here. They're not super easy to use, I would say, but they are available to you. You can also create your own templates. But these mods right here, these are what we're going to use for our background. So I'm going to go back to View and Fit to Window, and then I'm just going to click and drag this in. Now I can edit this. Whoops. Now I can edit. Just kidding. Maybe it's not going to let me. This is the first time I'm also using Citrix, so I don't know how much of a pain in the butt it is to use, but I can move it with the arrows on my keyboard. If I want to delete it, I'm just going to highlight all of it and then press backspace delete. This is typically, this little, just the typical mouse here is how you're going to make most of your edits. And then you have to click to make a text box. You click here to do a picture box, okay? You can also add lines in if you just want to add a little bit of a variation to your layout. And this is how you edit the background color. We don't do background colors, but that's how you do it. You don't want any text or graphic to go outside of the dashed line here. So keep that in mind because it will be cut off in printing if you go past the dashed line here. I prefer to avoid putting anything over page numbers just so that way they're visible. Again, this is how you move around the spread. This is how you zoom in, and these are your most important tools, okay? So View, Fit to Window, Object, Tag Image is how you tag an image. Layout is not something you're going to use that frequently. Edit is how you go to undo something, so I can undo the background fill. And then if I want to save, I'm going to go to File, Save and Close Window. I'm not going to save this because obviously it's just a way for me to show you how to use it. But that is the basics of my HJ yearbook. And then that's also the basics of Citrix. So keep that in mind when we're going in here to edit. Our goal is to finish all of these lovely spreads up to page 73 by the first week of February, and assignments for those will be handed out when we're in person next week. So keep that in mind, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.